Hello and welcome to another great one. Today, we're going to open up a fresh box of 92-93 O-Pee-Chee 25th Anniversary Hockey cards. This is interesting. There's 8 cards and 1 special card per pack, so 9. And there are 36 packs, but it's a really small box. So I'm curious to see kind of how things look in there. On the back, we have an image there. I wonder if they're different based on boxes or if it's all the same on the back. But we're going to find out. So we'll open this up. And we're going to do 1 stack of packs and then see what we could find inside. And we'll check out the cards and just kind of how the set feels overall. And this looks pretty nice. Let's start with this back one here. All right, it looks like there's writing on the bottom of the box, and here are the packs. Wow, definitely wax packs. Very, very cool. 6, yep. And we've got, even from 92-93, when a lot of cards were moving already to the foil or plastic. So that's a fun surprise. And here we have our podium. The best card that we find will go on there until there is 1 remaining at the end, which will be the champion. And we'll talk about the players, we'll talk about values, and just have a good time. So here we go. Here's a recommendation to get high on hockey. All right. Let's see what it says. Some things too about saying no. Wow. This is wild. The back of the card is super roughed up. Well, first off, let's do a couple things. Let's look at this pack. Be a superstar. Say no to drugs. And you have the French version. And instead, it recommends getting high on hockey. So there you go. It's the official recommendation. And then we've got the front of the pack. And then you've got your like printing information and such there. So that's pretty cool. And now to the cards. So this first one, I don't know if you could see, is very roughed up. All this is this wax right here. So pretty toasty. But in this set, some big ones that we're looking for are going to be Wayne Gretzky. We have some Partick Roy, Mario Lemieux. So we'll keep an eye out for those. And but thankfully this back card isn't one of them because it would be pretty messed up. But here we have Phil Housley. And the cards look pretty nice. We could see already, looks like team colors they have on the back of each, which is a nice touch. And then they got stats for the players from the last decade or so. And then cool pictures on the front. The ink is okay. Has a decent little bit of gloss to it. And okay cardstock. Nothing too thick, nothing too wildly thin. And borders around it. So pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right, Michael Picard. We have Dean Evison. Gordy Roberts. First thought I was thinking Gordie Howe, but no way. Steve Smith. Martin Galinas. Mike Ridley. And let me see. Whoa, Partick Roy. All right. The anniversary series mentions here on the bottom. And whoa, that's pretty wild. So I don't know if you could see. Yep, I think you could see it perfectly. There's a 25th anniversary, like, kind of coating on there. And with just the right angle, you could see that shine through. And that's really cool. I like that a lot. So it looks like this may be an insert series in the main one. Corners are a little messed up, so I feel like there won't be a lot of value here. Though in terms of just pulling a really cool card on the first pack with whatever that is on the surface that I think is an amazing, subtle, visual kind of layer. I love it. So very cool. We're going to put him into a sleeve, and then I'll learn more about what this card is. Although for now, I can pretty much guarantee that we have a well-deserved podium holder in Partick Roy, the anniversary series. Welcome to the show. All right. We are on to wax pack number 2, which is very fun, except this wax is eaten these last cards. So whoever that card is, nice to see you, though you're definitely roughed up. We got Larry Murphy, Doug Bodger, Wendell Clark, Darcy Wakuluk, Mario Lemieux. All right, there we go. Let's give him the horn. Very cool to see, and in the middle of the pack. So high hopes that this may be in decent condition. And this card, I believe, is around a $120 card or so in a PSA 10. Of course, condition is everything. So let's see how the front looks. The back looks pretty cool. And wow, very nice. Centering looks overall nice. I think it's a little bit shifted to the left, but maybe within the allowable amount. But yeah, overall very cool. Get a Mario Lemieux O-Pee-Chee card. Wow. We got a Partick Roy in pack number 1, Lemieux in pack number 2, and we're just getting started. So amazing, and I'm really glad to see it was in the middle of the pack, because it would be a tough to see a phenomenal card, great player, toasted up in the back or the front. All right, I think Lemieux is going to take our podium. That was a quick reign for Partick Roy, though very well deserved in both cases. And we're moving on to Sylvain Turgeon. We have Daryl Sydor, Eric Weinrich from the New Jersey Devils. And I wonder if Brodeur is in this set. I think this was when he started playing a lot, was this season, so that could be cool. And we have a checklist. The 25th anniversary. That looks kind of neat. Maybe we'll put that into a sleeve. It's kind of cooler than regular checklists where it's just numbers on both sides or kind of nothing. This has a bit of a unique style to it. So we'll kind of check out what this is, but that's even cool on its own. All right, let's see what we've got in the next one. That's only 2 packs deep, and we're having a good time. So let's move on to pack number 3. And who's going to be our sacrificial card in this one? Joe Nieuwendyk. Thank you, Joe, for taking the hit on that one. We have Brian Trottier, center for the Islanders. It looks like it's an older throwback card. This card front features Brian Trottier in a photo never before used on an O-Pee-Chee card, shown here with the original border design from 1976 to 1977, his rookie card. This card is a reproduction of that. And wow. And it says in near mint condition, is valued at $60 in the 4th edition of the Charlton Standard Catalog of Hockey Cards. That's wild. So in 1992, the card was worth $60. Interesting. Very interesting. So that's kind of cool. They got throwback cards in there, and I like it. And this one's in pretty good shape, so I'm going to put it into a sleeve. I don't think there's a lot of value here, though I think if you find a cool looking card, in really good shape. I think there's always, just from the collector appreciation standpoint, it's always cool to kind of put it into a sleeve and just help preserve it, because it's fun to see nice cards. And all right, on we go. Partick Roy, there we go, another one that we're looking for. So we found his 25th anniversary card, and here is going to be his player card. And this one has a value of around $50 or so in a PSA 10. The condition's looking pretty good for the age and kind of set that it's in. So we are going to put this into a sleeve and save it for later. But look at that. We got 2 Partick Roys, Mario Lemieux, and a throwback Brian Trottier, all in our first 3 packs. I'm really enjoying this set so far. I wasn't sure what to expect, but so far it's way more fun than I thought. So here we go. Bob Kudelski, Steve Chassian. We got Bernie Nichols, Kevin Holler, Sergei Federov, and another checklist. All right, 3 packs, 2 checklists, but the front is cool on this one. A little off center, top to bottom. You see it's down a little bit more than it is up, but since we got the first one, let's get this one too. But the odds of that are wild. 3 packs, 2 checklists. Interesting. What is next to come? Who knows? But we're going to find out right now together. Looks like the backs of these packs are a little different. Let's see what this one is. All right. Collector's box for hockey cards. A safe, strong place for your cards. Look just like a player's locker, made from strong corrugated board. All right. Separate compartments for each NHL team. Large enough to hold 3 card series. Send only 4 O-Pee-Chee hockey wraps and $6 plus more things. And then 4 to 6 weeks and you get it back. That's pretty cool. I could see even collecting these, the wrappers. Could definitely be fun. So, all right. Lots of little nuances in this set. And next we have Greg Adams. Toasted up. Ray Ferraro. Darren Turcotte. Michael Petit. James Black. For a second I thought it almost looked signed. I was like, wait a second. But it's just his hockey stick contrasting against the white boards. Marty McInnes. Dennis Potvin from the Islanders. This is another of those throwback cards. That's pretty cool looking. So again, I don't think huge value here, but I like that throwback style. So let's, and it's in pretty good shape. So we'll put it into a sleeve and then learn a little more about it later. But that's a lot of variation in this set. I like it. Between the Partick Roy with the 25th anniversary overlay, the throwback cards, the different wrappers, and we got Brendan Shanahan. There we go. And Phil Esposito, another anniversary series card. I think this is like the Partick Roy. And there we go. Center of the New York Rangers. It does look like the anniversary series is a subset. And again, if we look, it has that really cool 25th lettering in the kind of the finish. So very nice. Let's definitely put this one aside. And I don't know much about this insert set. You know, we're just learning, or at least I'm just learning about, you know, the base set. First time opening up these cards. But I'm definitely going to learn a little bit about what this anniversary series is because I kind of love it. So there we go. All right, on to the next one. And again, another unique wrapper on here, so we'll check that out as well. And a lot of surprises in here. A lot of little nooks and crannies and ways to have fun. So here, this one is a card collector belt pack. Holds 40 of your favorite cards, has a Velcro closure, and hooks onto your belt for easy carrying. Send 4 wraps and $5.50. Wow. So if you're just rolling around and need quick access to 40 of your cards, they had you covered. So there you go. Never seen that before. Really cool. Now I wonder what's going to be on the next wrapper. A lot of surprises here. First up, we have Joe Sacco. Kevin Hatcher. Dan Lambert. Stefan Fissette. Darian Hatcher. Kevin Stevens, when he was on the Penguins. Dominic Roussel. Brian Noonan. And, oh, interesting, the anniversary series, another one in the same position. So I wonder if every pack has it, but if it does, I feel like one of the first packs didn't. Either way, Jeremy Roenick, great player, and super cool card. I like it. I think we have that 25th anniversary. Yep. In the finish. Wow, really, really cool. Very, very cool. So I'm excited to learn more about that and see if that's like a rare set or if it's just the common insert set and these are, just as common as commons, but we'll find out. And with that, on to the next one. I wonder what they're going to have offered on this wrapper. Let's see, this one is the Get High on Hockey. All right, so it seems like we have a couple different types. And the toasty card is Michael Pivanka. Jeff Bukaboom. New York Rangers. We have Vincent Damphousse. Gary Galley. Ken Sutton. Rod Brendamore. There we go. All right, Sergei Fedorov. Very cool. Card is in pretty good shape. Nice corners, nice coloring, good centering. And this one has a value of around $25 in a PSA 10. So nothing too wild. And possibly it may cost more for grading than it is the actual value of the card if it's a 10, which is very rare. All that said, cool to pull a Sergei card, and we're definitely going to put him aside for later. But right now, Mario Lemieux still taking our podium position, and we've got Craig Billington as our next card. And another checklist. The anniversary series is in the bottom, and I wonder... Nope, there isn't. The 25 is not embedded in the front. But that must be the extra insert card, because we did get checklist, I think, in the pack that we didn't get the special player one with the 25th embedded in the front. So that's probably it. And that's why we're getting so many checklists. So it seems like that insert card will either be a checklist or one of those special player cards. And we're learning as we go. Let's see what's coming up next. Another Get High on Hockey. And our sacrificial card is the Joe Mullen card from the Penguins. Tom Fergus. Patrice Brisebois. Rob Zettler from the Sharks. Zdeno Seeger from the Devils. Mike Hugh. We got Joey Kukur of the Rangers. Paul Ranheim of the Flames. And our anniversary series, Tony Amonte, right wing. His prospect card. Let's see. He joined the Rangers in '91 for the playoffs. So this may be like his, top prospect. That's cool looking. Even just the layout, logos up there. I like it. But it's almost like you have double centering, right? Because now you have this card inside this border, and this border as it was cut out. So it looks like it's way off on both, but it's still very cool. So we're going to put that into a holder for later and just learn what they're about. But surprisingly, it's in pretty good shape. So we'll keep it rolling that way. And on to the next pack we go. We have 2 left to go. And this one has a new item on the back. So we're going to check that out. And there we've got Mike Bossy. But before we get to him, here we have save $3 on the Charlton Standard catalog of hockey cards. North America's trusted standard for hockey card pricing. Only $16.95. Fully illustrated, 20,000 hockey cards issued from 1910 to 1992 while supplies last. Wow. That's wild. And to think about pricing changes, like $16 then, $17 is probably around, $38, $40 now. And it's wild, but pretty cool. There's another wrapper. And we've got Mike Bossy. And this card does have some value, around $35 or so in a PSA 10, but this one is totally roughed up. It's not really that visible, but the wax is all over the back. Oh, there we go. It's going to get the right angle that you can see it. So pretty toasted, but still cool to have pulled a retro Mike Bossy card. Next up, Mikael Anderson. Doug Small. Dave Poulin. Joe Juneau. Alexander Mogilny. Very nice. Igor Kravchuk. Anatoly Semenov. And the anniversary card is of Bob Clark, Philadelphia Flyers. So cool. I don't know why I love like the retro throwbacks, but I do. So we will sleeve this one up. And definitely gonna do a little more learning about what that subset is all about. And that brings us to the final pack of the stack. We have our card locker wrapper on this one. And Ron Sutter will be our sacrificial card here. And we're moving into Gary Cheevers from the Cleveland Crusaders. That's the old school looking card. Ah, so cool. Maybe I'll have to start looking into old cards, who knows? Or older cards, right? These are obviously already old. Doug Waite. Andy Moog. Mike Craig. Come on, Brodeur. We definitely want a Brodeur. We want a Gretzky. Stefan Lefebvre. Mike Gartner. Craig Janney. And our anniversary series is Scott Stevens of, at this point, the Capitals. So very cool to see that. And even the old photographs too. Something about them, I don't know. I like them. So there is our Scott Stevens. He'll go right in here. And keeping those corners nice and sharp. And all right, let's check out our winners of the day. First and foremost, we have Mario Lemieux. I think an amazing one right there. And then right along with him, we've got Sergei Fedorov. We have the Phil Esposito retro from the Rangers, Partick Roy, and the Partick Roy 25th anniversary one. So overall, a couple of really, really cool players and some fun history in the mix as well. I really like this set, and we'll have some more to open. And there, hope you learned something and hope you had some fun. There you have it. Until next time.